Good morning. It's time to rise and grind, sports fans. Welcome back to Game On. This is your sports morning espresso shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On. He's Heavy Steps, our MLB expert. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. So sit back, relax, sip on some delicious coffee that I know you're holding right now. And let's see what's on the menu today. We got Stanley Cup Finals Game 3. It's going to be wild. We've got to talk about college World Series, NBA last night. A lot of stuff to get into today. So here we are. And we're always on time. The most professional, on-time, non-clickbait sports show on the internet, of course. Thank you, Steps, for texting me. Because, well, I legitimately, my alarm did not go off because it was not on. Even though I changed it from getting up at 4 in the morning to last night, I'm like, oh, I want to get up at 3:45. Apparently, when I did that, it didn't save, and so it stayed off.
You should start a league with a chat where it's just points based off every day. They just come in here in the morning and they just drop what time you're going to start.
I know. This time, I didn't have a problem getting up. Once I got your text, I was like, oh shit, here we go. So.
You pride yourself on being disciplined and getting up early and
yeah. Well, I mean, I know, and I'm pissed because I last week sucked. Last week I was terrible, and I'm like, I'm gonna be better. And it wasn't that I didn't want to get up this morning. My alarm never went off. Steps. Hey, by the way, you want to know what a 10-minute
do better? That's all I can tell you.
You want to know what a 10-minute helicopter ride from one hospital to another costs?
Hopefully your insurance cost. It's got to be astronomical. I just know.
For insurance, do you want to know what it costs? I just got the bill.
I'm gonna go $15,000.
$41,000.
I was off. I was thinking how much it costs to have a baby, but I guess that's it's what $15,000 to have a baby with insurance, right? Or it's between 10 and 15.
It's too expensive, dude.
I mean, you've had a lot of them. Tell me how much it costs.
15 if you're lucky.
Now, if you have twins, is it kind of like a do you get
it's double? No, it's literally double.
Okay.
It's like you've got, because you get the baby's their own person, so you got the mom, you got to pay for it, then you got the baby, and then you got the other baby, and that baby gets their own nurse and gets their own spot. So you just go, hey, I'm gonna hit my out-of-pocket family max.
Well, I'm sure you hit that after the helicopter ride.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count the ambulance ride plus the ICU. Oh my goodness.
Now here's the thing: the ambulance
bill. They sent me the bill because they don't have our insurance info, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna definitely be sending you that.
The ambulance thing. Sometimes they'll try to get you on that, but you don't get to choose what ambulance comes to pick you up. So don't let them get you on that.
They're not gonna get me on it.
I'm just saying, sometimes they'll try to do that. If that ambulance is outside of your network or whatever.
Oh,
you don't, when you call 911, you don't say
mm-hmm.
send someone covered by what, it's just whoever's closest.
Yeah, no, I gotta wait for the next one as my kid's sitting here and can't breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just wait for that guy. Hopefully he makes it as he's turning blue.
So they shouldn't even have that as part of insurance. I don't know why it's just not given that I don't know. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. All right, Steps. I need you to talk about baseball or something while I make a cup of coffee.
Oh my God.
And I need to fix my ears because chat, do we sound okay? Is it me or is it Steph? I think it's my headphones is why I need to fix.
It's your headphones.
Yeah, because you don't sound bad, just something sounds weird.
Everything sounds good on my end.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hop out and hop back in, but here you go, Steps.
What are you putting up for me?
Well, I guess if I'm gonna hop out, hop back in, this doesn't matter because it's gonna go away. I want you to tell me about the Marlins Rays, this exciting game yesterday.
All right, hold on. Well, I mean, you did have let me pull it up so you can.
Yeah, I gotta fix.
Go make your coffee. That's right next to you.
Patriot says we sound late and gay. No, late, gay, and retarded, and can't read.
Well, Patriot's here only because all his NCAA bets hit this weekend, so he's here early.
Dude, I'm feeling pretty good about mine too. Feeling pretty good about mine.
Go make your coffee that's next to you.
I'm on it. I'll be right back.
So awful. Jesus Christ. What if he was solo? Go. What if he was solo this morning? He'd be putting you guys on hold to go make his coffee. Let me make sure I got the chat pulled up here. 19 leg parlay. Allen. Oh my God, the Braves, Allen. We're skipping that game. We won't even talk about it. The Braves have lost like 7 straight. I lost track. Season's over before the All-Star break. All right. Well, we'll start off with the Marlins and the Rays. My cousin was at this game actually and sent me some pictures. They definitely play in a minor league stadium. They definitely play in a minor league stadium. That stadium is tiny. It looks funny. It doesn't feel like it would be a major league game being played, but obviously these count as major league games. But the Tampa Bay Rays, which was Will's, I believe, his survivor pick. If I get it wrong, I get it right because the Reds was his other pick that he was going to take at home. Do pull through, win the series this weekend, 2-1. Finished 3-2 on Sunday. They improved to 35-30 in that stacked AL East division. The Marlins and the Braves might be close to having the same record. Not gonna lie, Braves only have 27 wins, so they're almost at the bottom of the division. The Padres 1-0 victory over the Brewers. That sounds about right. Both these teams kind of struggle right now. You wouldn't expect it out of the Padres, but the Brewers kind of been up and down this year, despite the 35-31 record in that awful NL Central division. The Phillies get swept this weekend by the Pirates. Now you would think 2-1 Pirates. Paul Skeens was on the mound, but guess what? Paul Skeens did not contribute to the win or loss of this game. He did not get a decision as the pitcher. Went 7 innings, I believe, yesterday. Didn't give up much, as you can see, to that Phillies lineup. Only 3 hits. They did score 1 run, but the Pirates do escape 2-1 and sweep the Phillies over the weekend. Phillies still 37-28 at the top of the NL, and at the top of the NL East division there, even after getting swept. The Rangers, Patriot, where are you at? Been struggling lately. 31-35, 4 games below 500. They did get a 4-2 win yesterday over the Washington Nationals, who are third in the NL East, over the Braves. The Diamondbacks, Reds. I think they played they played one. They finished the game that got postponed on Saturday night, and then they resumed that game, and then played this one yesterday. The Reds at 500, 33-33 with the 4-2 victory over the Diamondbacks, who just swept my Braves. And I believe they might have gotten swept by the Reds, if I'm not mistaken. And Zach Gallen getting the loss. 4-8 on the season, a 5.15 ERA. Unlike Zach Gallen, I'm pretty surprised that he's been struggling as much as he has up until this point this year. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Supporting 8-2 yesterday, keeping things moving in the right direction. Supporting. I looked at your action. It was either yesterday or the day before. I think you're definitely keeping things in the right direction. You're up like 100 units in the last 30 days. So shout out to supporting. I don't know if that's been based off all of your nerfies and yerfies or your Grok AI, but shout out to supporting for having such a good last 30 days. Share some money with us. Supporting. Share some money with us. All right. Tigers 4-0 over the Cubs. Look at these two teams. 43-24 for the Tigers. Those Tigers futures looking pretty decent.
Paul Skeens, what a bum. Remember, right?
Washed. Yeah, can you believe that? 7 innings. Washed. I think he only gave up 3 hits and still lost or didn't get a decision.
Win.
I know.
Washed.
And the Pirates swept the Phillies. So kudos to you because I was saying like that would be the pick for this weekend's Survivor.
That's why we don't take road teams.
We'll have to look into next week. Astros lose to the Guardians 4-2. White Sox lose to the Royals. The White Sox. I did bet the White Sox over the weekend, and I actually did win a bet with the White Sox. So shout out to me. Twins, Blue Jays. I did not pay attention to much of this. Yesterday 6-3, Twins get the victory. They both have 35-30 identical records.
Real quick. Good morning, great talent. Nice to have the Panthers come back to see Sunshine State with 1-1 split. Yes, it was a fun game. It's gonna be a good game tonight too. Good morning.
Oh yeah, I want to ask some questions about that when we get to it.
I've
Dodgers.
made my biggest hockey bet I've ever made. I did it
Ooh,
last night.
that's a good tease. So maybe we should go there next after
Okay.
this. Dodgers 7-3 win over the Cardinals, getting back on track with the win yesterday. Close out that series. The Mets put up tons of runs yesterday, 13-5, improved to 42-24, which I believe is the best record in the National League. Might be the best record in all of baseball. Oakland 5-1 win, Seattle 3-2, and then Red Sox 11-7.
I bet that one on Calci. That was great.
Which one? Red Sox Yankees?
Yeah, and I cashed out on the Red Sox when they tied it up. I was
Well, that was back and forth, wasn't
the
it?
Red Sox were down 2-0 early on, and I looked, and they were 6-1. I'm like, really, 6-1, and it's only 2-0.
Yeah.
And so I took them, and then they tied it up 2-2, and I basically like doubled my money, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm out. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, because even with it tied, they were still like 3-1, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense either. But I doubled my money, I'm out. And then they took the lead. They went up 5-2 or something. They went up 5-3, and then I took the Yankees at 6-1, and then like an inning later, I cashed out for a slight profit.
Did you see Judge?
His home run right off the rip.
He hit 2.
Oh, he hit 2.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good
Yep.
for him. You were right, Steps. You were right. Well, I was right. But you were right saying that I was right. We took the Reds.
Okay. Yeah, it said either way.
And I'm
It would
glad
have been nice to get Tampa Bay off the list, though.
it would have been. We've got time. We got time. We don't have to take them either. You know what I mean? Plus, let's look at the standings. I've got to be like,
Look, you're number 1.
oh my goodness,
that's you and your friends.
Yeah.
Well, no,
there's
dang.
only 54 people who have yet to slip up once.
That's kind of a lot. How many are in it? Or does it say?
It does. What's this? Barry McCalkiner.
Look, he's got a loss.
I know.
Oh, wait. So is that 55 people, including people who have at least one loss? Because it's dual. You get 2, right?
Yeah, you get 2. So there's 54 who haven't even had a loss, and then it looks like 55 to, well, no, let's see how many people. There's 198 total remaining.
Okay.
And only 54 have 0 losses. And we're one of them. Now, let's take a look at the early, way too early to pick. Brewers over the Cardinals. Pirates over the Cubs. Phillies over the Blue Jays. Can they bounce back, Steps? At home?
Yeah.
The Fish over the Nationals?
No, because they're on the road.
Are the Fish going to get swept again? Do we go Nationals?
That'd be ugly.
It would be very ugly. I would be nervous because I was thinking about it this weekend. I'm like, dude, if this, because one of the games got rained out, but they pushed it to the next day. If they would have pushed it to like September, I'm screwed. I need them to go 2-0, you know?
If the Nats, I mean, if this would be the time to play the Nats, like if you're going to play them ever.
I got to check the weather, make sure we're not going to get rained out or anything like that. Baltimore, Angels.
Ooh, Braves. They're Detroit. Awful. You might have used them now.
Oh, against the Rockies. Do you think they can beat the Rockies?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope so. We'll start there. We'll start there. We'll save that.
I mean, you got to also think there's going to be trades at the deadline. So
there are going to be trades.
If you make it that far, some of the teams you have left on your list aren't going to look the same.
Yep. Hold on. Let me pull up chat.
How come Kick, like every message from Kick, I know you don't stream to Kick that much, you just started it, but it's every message on Kick is the same.
I know. Hey, bud, I like what you're doing here. I think I can help you. You know, with this going on, you can get thousands of followers and
bot heavy.
What's the over for minutes late today? Listen, we're here, we're live, we're on time always. Always, always, always. What up, guys? How we doing?
You're never late if you're always on time.
Exactly. My mouth is like, bleh. Brushed my teeth so good last night. I had a cigar last night. So
Ugh.
I don't know. I still taste
Weird take, or I don't know. This is a weird take. I think this is a pretty common
Don't
take.
come in here shitting on cigars.
Cigars
Steps.
suck,
Don't do it.
dude. They
Oh my
suck.
God.
They suck. They suck. They suck. Oh, I don't inhale them. I just want the taste in my mouth. That's gay.
Yes, you hate a cigar right after you eat your brisket too, huh?
I can't even like go into
Are you hearing this?
a cigar. Where do they sit around like a lounge?
Oh, I hate doing that. I like having sitting in a room. I don't really like a room of a bunch of people smoking. I get that. That kind of, but I know. I just grabbed a cigar last night. We put the kids to bed, and the wife took the oldest to go practice driving. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go sit on the porch and have a cigar, listen to Viva and Barnes rant. It was great.
My thing is, I know you don't inhale cigar smoke. Technically, obviously, you have to inhale something if you're putting it in your mouth and then blowing it out. You're getting a little residual. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna waste some lives on your lungs, make it worth it, man. Smoke some crack, smoke some weed, smoke something.
Well, you do that beforehand, so then you can
Okay.
really enjoy it.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, gotcha. Smoke some weed. That's what it comes down to.
I had a great cigar last night. It was good.
No, I bet you did.
I have another one tonight.
Does your wife smoke cigars?
She will. Yeah. She ain't against it.
I bet.
She thinks it's hot.
I bet.
Rare. Hey, there was a basketball game on last night.
I know. I kind of gave up on it. I gave up on the parlay. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it looked like it should have never hit.
And two of the legs shouldn't have hit, and they did.
No. Wait, which two?
The over and SGA. Under.
Oh, no. I know. SGA missed a free throw early in the game, and I go, that might help us down the road.
That over had no business hitting.
That over, no, I'm doing the math with 8 minutes left, and I'm like, there's no way. They got to get 40-something points in 8 minutes. It's not happening.
It was slow all game, like on the Pacers' end.
I know. It was a wild second half, but hey, never a doubt. Never a doubt. Shout out to us. You know what I mean? Like, here we go. I needed that. I just sat there before the game because I was thinking of how I wanted to play it all day long. And it just came to me, Steps. It just came to me. SGA under 34.5. Thunder to win. Could have got greedy and did Thunder minus 11.5, but I said, you know what? We're not gonna push it. We're not gonna push it. Just Thunder to win. And then over in the game. +3.
We were aligned on the over, and I liked the Thunder to win. I just wasn't sure there, but
I'm
shocked. Just figure out the first half. They might have a shot at winning a game in this series easily.
Yeah, that first quarter was I mean, if you watch the first 5-6 minutes of it, it looked like we were going way over. And then they just both stopped scoring. It was weird.
The Pacers should just totally switch up their first half. Like, they should just play slow in the first half. They've already not been able to score points anyways in the first half in these first two games. So maybe be a little bit more methodical, because the Tins, like, okay, I've only really watched the first half. Well, the one I fell asleep because I was not feeling well, and yesterday I kind of just tuned out after it was a big lead. But it just seems like they turn the ball over a lot early when they're out there running, and OKC has like fresh legs under them at the beginning of the game and stuff like that.
Well, okay, see, that's what they do to you. Defense is amazing. Patriot, that's right. He says, hit the like and follow. It keeps Steps out of the humidor.
Cigars are dumb. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Is it because you haven't had a good cigar?
They're all bad. I've had cigars. Just like cigarettes. They all taste nasty.
All right.
I had a phase of
cigarettes. Not to get you for Christmas. All right. Now I know.
Switching from menthols to Marlboro Reds.
That sounds disgusting.
I've tried dip too. Just not for me.
Dude,
I wish I could dip. I'd like to dip. It's not for me.
Speaking of dip, We're zinning and winning over here.
See, I get dizzy. I get like, I think my
Yeah,
body is
you
triggered
when I first
by the
started,
saliva.
I
This, you
do
know what I'm
too.
talking about?
Yeah, you just got to get past it.
I mean, it's a mental hurdle that I can't get past. I think my brain is like, oh, mouth is salivating, throw up. Because that's what happens right before you throw up.
Uh-huh.
So what's the difference between Zen and there's no nicotine in it?
Yeah, it's just nicotine.
All right, it's just nicotine. There's no
It's just flavored nicotine. Little pouches.
Is that what's the difference between that and just regular dip?
It's not the tobacco.
Okay.
There's no tobacco. It's just
Gotcha.
nicotine.
Well, and there are different levels of the Zens.
Oh god, yeah. I'm a big old puss. I only get the 3.
Okay. I get it.
Like 6.
Zen, and
And I think there's a 12.
that's for those heavy hitters.
Patriot says stick to your gummy steps.
And Patriot has a chaw bucket sitting next to his chair. He just like hawks
Yeah,
his.
I could not do that. Nope. Nope.
Was it Red Man? Long hair.
I do like Red Man. I like that when I'm hunting. When I'm hunting, I love to throw in some Red Man or fishing. Just throw a big old thing.
You wrap it in bubble gum,
Those
or is
leaves.
that just a baseball thing?
What?
You wrap it in your chaw in bubble gum, like you put bubble gum around it.
Never done that. No. This is the most average.
Hold on, take it from the top. It's reset so you can cut a video for later.
3, 2, 1. Oklahoma City Thunder handled business last night. 123-107 win over the Indiana Pacers. We're tied 1-1 heading back to Indy in this NBA Finals. Looked like the Oklahoma City Thunder that we were all expecting. Hit a massive parlay without a doubt. Was never worried. Plus 325. I would have been mad, Steps. I would have been mad if we would have missed it because it's like, I was like, man, I really like OKC over 119.5. And I almost bet OKC over 59.5 in the first half. They landed exactly on 59. And I would have been pissed.
I feel like we should look at the first half line for this next game and bet the over.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could have bet the first half spread. You could have bet the first the game spread with OKC. I mean, it's just everything came through.
I'm talking about like the actual total for the first half with both teams under or over next game.
Tobacco while hunting sounds like you don't shoot anything. Well, I bow hunt. And yeah, I mean, we're out there walking around. I'm not just sitting up in a thing, walking around, throwing a little chaw, you know what I mean?
Wouldn't you be like leaving a trail of your scent as you spit on the ground?
No, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Animals are smart, man. Their instincts are different than ours.
They are, but they're so listen, it doesn't matter because they have your scent before. Basically, if you've got to figure out where the wind is and you've got to make sure it doesn't change on you because in the morning when things start heating up, the ground starts heating up, the wind will change. And once the wind starts going against or in the direction that you want to go, you're screwed no matter what. At least with elk, you're not going to get an elk. They're going to smell you no matter what you're doing.
They live out there, man. You know, think about dogs, just the instincts they have, and they're mainly domesticated indoor pets. But when you take them out for a drive, they know like when you're close to home.
Yeah, they're wild. But yeah, look at the Pacers. No one really went off, but everyone got double digits.
I mean, that's how they typically play, though.
That's wild. Meanwhile, SGA 34 point. I thought someone else was going to, honestly, I thought someone else was going to step up for the Thunder. And I guess they kind of did. Like Jalen, like you could say, well, look at Chet and Jalen Williams showed up, but like they both didn't go over their points.
Caruso had 20, Wiggins had 18.
Yeah, I was shocked at the bench where they came out, where it came out, you know? Look at that. Aaron Wiggins was plus 24.
Our futures ticking on the Pacers ain't looking good.
I told you, cash out.
Because game one, they shouldn't have won that game.
No.
They should be down.
But that's what they do. They never should have won. You know, a lot of those games. There's always a game.
But this is a 7-game series. They can't win 4 of them like game one. You know what I mean? That's just too much to ask.
That's true.
I think they do get one more game here where they might win, not easily, but they win. But
I know before the series started, everyone thought they were going to win game 3, but that's because they thought they were going to be on 2-0. I think I think game 3 is going to be a close one. And I think the Pacers are going to figure something out in game 4 and steal that one and make it 2-2 heading back to OKC. I think OKC probably wins in 6 now.
Yeah.
I think they blow them out at home in game 5 and then come in and handle business in game 6.
Yeah.
And handle business. Well, yep, there's that. Let's talk. I want to talk about college baseball, dude. I've never been so excited to watch college baseball because I got a lot of action. My contracts on Tennessee, worthless.
Hopefully you didn't have North Carolina.
I had only 200 contracts on them. I have 5,000 of Arizona.
That's pretty good then.
Arizona was like 2 cents, and I was like, "Well, I need a hedge. I need a hedge and make sure just in case." And so I bought a ton for a little bit of money.
There you
So
go.
if Arizona wins this whole thing somehow, it's $5,000 coming my way.
I mean, technically they don't have to win. You could still cash out at any point, right?
But here's the thing: I screwed up. I mean, I had a beautiful plan. I went in way too much on this thing because I liked it so much, and I had a great angle to make sure that I was going to guarantee a profit. The problem is there's not enough money in that market.
Oh, okay.
When I first got into it, there was only $88,000, and I was 1,500 of that 88,000. I'm like,
so you might have to ride it out on some of this.
Yeah, because now I believe there's only. Let me pull up Calci. I believe there's only like let's see. I believe there's only like 150,000, 166,000 in total volume. So it's doubled. It's gone up. But as you can see, like I got Oregon State here. They're at 16. I'm like, I got them at 7. They're at 16. I could cash out, but like there's no one buying. So I can't cash out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
So, lesson to be learned here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, look at that. I got Arizona, 5,100 shares of them. Wish I could sell out of that. I got them at 2 cent steps, and they're at 9 right now. I wish I could sell out. Can't. No one's buying.
Not to like go off track here, which I'm really good at doing. Is there any good like Trump Elon Kalshi stuff going on right now?
No, you wouldn't want to buy it right now, but unless you wanted to be positive about it, because I don't know if you saw yesterday, Elon has been saying a lot of nice things about Trump. He's kind of like turned.
Somebody knocked on his door, probably.
No, I think he was upset for a little bit, but then was like, "Oh, this is not having the effect I thought it would, and this is dumb. Let's just kind of." Or there's that
he tweeted that Trump was in the.
I know. Or there's that.
There's no coming back from that.
I know there isn't. Or there's that theory out there that Elon wanted out, and they needed to have like a public ugly divorce so he could save his businesses, and the left would start buying Teslas again. Rainbow colored Teslas.
Right, baby. Something's going on.
Look, I got Duke too.
Yeah, but they're pretty. You'd rather have Murray State at this point.
Yeah, but if Duke moves on, I got UCLA versus Duke. Someone's guaranteed to win. This has been my big one. I don't know why people weren't buying in on, and it's still less than what I bought it for. I don't know why people aren't buying in on UCLA. They literally have,
because you're the only one buying in on Kalshi.
I know they have a walk into the Final Four, dude.
You should have like
Oklahoma. I bought it on Oklahoma because Patriots said they're the real deal this year.
How's Kalshi not sponsor you?
I don't know. They need to because I support the hell out of them. I had LSU, and when they were down in that game 3, I was like, I'm out. Took a little bit of a profit. I'm out. But then they won. I'm like, shit.
All right, everybody, hit up Kalshi at Kalshi and tell them to.
Sporting says, "Will put a limit sell order." I did for some of them. I did, but then I'm like, listen, no, because these fuckers are gonna win, and someone's gonna take advantage of it, and I'm gonna be selling way too low. Although I did put a limit order in yesterday on who was it, Arizona, at 6 cents, because I was like, oh, that's triple my money. Let's do it. But then they won, and I'm like, okay, canceling that order. We'll see. I think once we get to Omaha next weekend, I think that's when some more big bettors are going to come in because it's the finals. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this market's going to go way up, but I think there's going to be some people like, hey, there's money to be.
You are the big better. You are that. You're talking about yourself. You're already here. You have the Kalshi should be looking at you.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
You're throwing the
Jones fight
when it comes to college baseball World Series.
I am. But these have been, it's been a fun series. It's, you know what pisses me off about this market too on Kalshi? And this is not a criticism of Kalshi, I just think it's the way it's got to be. But because there's been so many upsets, if you go back here, guess what? Do you want to bet Murray State to win it all? You can't. They're not even on the list. So that's what's also screwed this whole thing up, because I can't hedge my way out of things because Coastal Carolina's not even on here.
They swept.
So they could win it all, and no one's like, you just got to bet no on all these other teams, because that's the only way you can do it. Because you can't bet yes on Coastal Carolina because they're not even on here. How crazy is that?
Why aren't they on there?
Supporting says I because I don't think they didn't have a chance. They didn't have a chance, and
They're ranked.
they didn't have a chance enough to get on here. They weren't supposed to be there. Sporting says I'm in the market for about $10. Will's the well moving the market. That's right.
Yeah, whenever they talk about like, oh, I'm putting these plays out and DraftKings, they start moving the lines because somebody tweeted something. That's what Kalshi does. Whenever they have you built into their algorithm. Whenever they see you put a play in, they're like, oh shit.
Dude, my ROI bounces all around. So right now it's a negative 125. Later today, after the games, it could be like, it's been from plus $600 to minus like 300 just because of the market.
There's only one game left.
I know. I know, but it's gonna move today.
Duke should handle business.
Basically, as long as I'm just hoping I have a chance that 3 out of 4 of my teams can make the Final Four. If that happens, I'm gonna cash out of whatever I can cash out.
And you would need who?
Oregon State, UCLA, and if I could get Arizona there, we could have an old school Pac-12 Final Four.
It's gonna be tough. I think Arizona blew their load, I think.
Probably. But Arkansas defeats Tennessee 11-4. LSU defeats West Virginia 12-5. Those two are going to be meeting up in the first round in Omaha. Arizona defeats North Carolina 4-3 to win Series 2-1. Oregon State handles business last night 14-10. It was looking rough. I think they went down like 2-0, top of the first.
They're just showing the grit.
Yeah. UCLA beats UTSA 7-0, wins that series 2-0. This is the first time all season UTSA lost back-to-back games.
I know UCLA made it look easy too.
They're the truth, dude. They're the truth. They're going to walk into the Final Four. Murray State ties the series up 19-9 win over Duke. Winner of that gets to play UCLA. And then Louisville, I had them, and I believe I sold. Yeah, I sold all my contracts on Louisville.
That was a good game.
I'm an idiot. I had a bunch of contracts on. I could still buy back in though. They're only 6 cents right now.
Don't, and you'll move the market.
Be playing. Oh no, Louisville's playing Oregon State. So
let everybody else have their Kalshi fun, man. Stop moving the market.
I know, right? I know. By the way, sorry I didn't do a show yesterday. I just had a lot of stuff to get done at home.
Why don't you just commit to not doing a Sunday show? Just say it, and it'll be good for your health.
I like to do I like to do one at nap time, but at nap time I need to do it.
Then say Sundays are optional.
They are. And the chat knows Sundays are optional. I wanted to do one, but I had a bunch of shit to get done around the house. I'm glad I did that instead. But during non-football seasons, definitely not doing a Sunday morning show because I need that to sleep in. But I am on Sports Wars. And that was fun. But yeah, here we are. So
you should take Sundays and Wednesdays off.
Murray State Duke, baby. That's the only game left we got. Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah. Well, it gives you a break in the middle of the week. It won't mess any Thursday night football when that comes back. You'll still have Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday during football.
Well, I got to get my hours in.
You'll get your hours in.
I get my hours in for the month. We'll see. But yeah, Louisville moves on. They'll be taking on Oregon State. UCLA is waiting to see the winner of the game today. Then we got Arizona will be playing Coastal Carolina. I think Arizona's got a chance.
Don't sleep on Coastal.
And LSU and Arkansas.
That's going to be a good one.
Well, that's what they said about Tennessee. That wasn't really competitive. but we're guaranteed an SEC team in the Final Four. How about that? These have been fun. They've been fun games.
Yep. I still wish they would use wooden bats.
I know. Bunch of pussies out there.
Ping. Ping.
Oh, dude, I don't think I have a ping sound on here. I should probably get that, huh? That'd be kind of funny. Oh, Steps. You want to talk hockey?
Yeah.
Oilers, Panthers. What a series, dude. It's been electric, these games. Tonight, I think we finally don't get a overtime game. Meaning, I think we finally don't get a one-goal game. I think the Panthers are going to handle business tonight. They're minus 140 favorite. I made the biggest wager I've made in hockey in my life. I put 200 bones on Panthers minus 1.5 at plus 183.
Did you check with like Buku or
minus 2.5?
You didn't check with Buku, did you?
I didn't. Buku, what were we thinking? Buku?
How could you make the biggest hockey bet of your life and not check with Buku?
It just last night, dude, smoking a cigar out on the porch.
Yeah, had your mind wandering.
It came to me. You know what I mean?
Smoking the wrong stuff there, buddy.
Grass Guy says the under has to hit sooner or later. I don't know if it does. It is at 6.5. I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers win tonight like 4-1.
Even though it's 1-1, I don't know. I just feel like the Panthers have controlled these two games, even though they've been close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think coming back down to Florida, home crowd. I think Panthers, as the kids say, is gonna be lit, and I think they're gonna feed off that energy because you noticed when the Panthers scored or did anything, there was zero noise. So now it's gonna be rocking, and there's gonna be no Oilers fans. There might be some American Oilers fans, but not enough there to make it wild for the Oilers to feed off of. Grass Guy likes the Oilers money line. He says, "Careful, Will. Careful." Bet's a place, man. Bet is place. I didn't even place it on Kalshi because I wanted to do the minus 1.5. Plus 183 steps.
I wish I was up where Grass Guy is.
Why's that?
So much good food.
Patriot says the Panthers win 3 in a row. Ooh, maybe.
So he's saying they'll take the next 2 at home.
It's going to be tough to go back up to Edmonton and win another one. I think the Panthers are going to win the series in 6. I think they win these 2 at home, lose game 5, and then they handle business back down here, game 6. America, baby.
So you like the over and the Panthers, but the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't know how you can, at least right now, bet the under. You got some big old balls if you do. I think Buku's right with that. Bet both teams to score in the first period. Grass Guy says anytime, Steps, come on up.
I know that food's good up there.
He says, come on up, buddy.
People sleep on Jersey, man.
Are you gonna be watching this game tonight?
Yeah.
Atta baby. Are you gonna bet it?
Probably not.
Okay.
Because I like the Panthers. There's too much juice there.
Why don't you put $10 on Panthers minus 2.5? Get you a little plus 330 on it, huh?
I'll see what Buku's betting.
I'm trying to lead you to a winner.
He's the Iceman. You're not you're Will. Okay. You're NBA first round and NFL ish expert. You're more of a cap. You're more of a cap expert than you are a betting expert at NFL.
Yeah, this is true. But look at this one. You might as well make me a finals expert now.
Everyone knows me and Patriot, the NFL experts. We're the one who win the survivor pools or whatever those pools we do.
I'm able to afford a trip to Costco now.
Yeah,
we got a fish last night, Steps.
Like one from the fair or whatever, or
yeah, my wife took him to like PetSmart or Petco or whatever the hell it is, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take the kids to go look at fish." I'm like, "Oh God, okay, have fun. came back with a beta fish in a tank. I go, what are we doing?
What's
are
a
we
beta?
doing?
Why do they call it
You want to know what his
beta
name is too?
fish? Nemo.
I said we should name him Bob.
What's his name?
Swim Shady.
There you go. How long is this fish gonna last? What's life expectancy?
Over under a week, Steps.
That's the thing about buying a kid a fish. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll do it because they can, all you have to do is kind of feed it. But what you don't realize is they die in a week, and then you have to explain death to your 3-year-old.
Yeah, I told him, I go, because when he wanted to get a fish, when he told me about it yesterday morning, I was like, who's gonna take care of it? And he looks at me and goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
My wife's like, well, at least he's honest. Not lying like, oh, I'll take care of it, Dad.
You don't have a dog anymore, do you?
Oh, we have a little rat. We still
Okay.
have our schnauzer. I hate her.
Dang.
I pray every day she runs out the front door.
You can make that happen.
I know. Alan has got to run to the Monday production meeting. See y'all tomorrow. Later, Alan. Have a good one.
All right, Alan. Brave suck.
Patriot says, get yourself some cane poles and take them fishing. Might have to. Just tell them the fish wanted to go back to the ocean, and that's why it was flushed down the pooper. Mighty Megatron says, nah, we'll just listen. We're not gonna lie to them. We're gonna tell them, listen. He moved on. Swim Shady moved on.
No, just say Swim Shady's mom came and was like, he needs to go back home.
His sleepover's done at our house, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, keep us updated on Swim Shady.
I will. Dude, Scott Seidenberger almost hit this thing last night. It was crazy. He was like, I got a wild plus 150 to 1. So he had this thing, this stat, and I can't remember exactly, but basically the favorites like this who win game one or that lose game one in these series, they come out dominant in the first quarter. And it's like a 17-point difference between like how much the favorite ends up winning the first quarter. And so he played Indiana's first quarter points under, which hit. So all these hit. The only thing that didn't hit was SGA 40+ points. So he was
and the Pacers total points didn't hit.
Oh yeah, and that one was looking good.
Because when I was reading through it, I was like, damn, he nailed those first 4.
Yeah. But I mean, at 150 to 1, it had a chance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Interesting.
Simone Biles.
Back
Now,
in 2017, she said, "Good thing guys don't compete with girls, or he'd take the gold medals."
all right,
Weird.
you've been in this. Update me.
She's an idiot. The pandemic broke a lot of people. I was saying this on Sports Wars yesterday because it is personal to me. Just being from a state that's going completely insane, even in the rural areas. I mean, the school systems is a school system, and I was like, one of the other reasons why we moved, other than stuff, in the medical field with my job and it getting crazy, was, them allowing men and to compete against women in the state of Washington, and then also, allowing them to be in the same locker rooms and stuff. And I'm like, that's not, we're not doing that. And I was saying, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I understand there's some people that, are not, you could say, well, it's a mental illness. And I get that there are people that are just sick in the head and just are broken, but you don't have this huge movement. By huge movement, I mean states just defying federal law. And you could say what you want about Trump, don't have to like Trump, but it is like he's president and he put out an executive order on it, and that's just how it is while he's there. That's his administration stance. And yet these states, you got, what is it, Maine, California, Minnesota, Washington, openly defying it, risking federal funding. And then what I don't get is it's like, this is common sense. You know, this is a common sense. Men should not be competing against women. I don't care if you're trans or not. Even if it's legit, you legit like are trans, right? Still, you shouldn't be competing against women. This should be common sense. And then you have the USA Today paper put out that there's no scientific evidence that trans men have a physical advantage over women. And it's like you are retarded.
Do you know what's
There's
funny about that whole conversation too? Is like you can kill it all whenever you ask someone to define what a man and a woman is.
Mhm.
And they can't like they dance around that so much because at the end of the day, like in their minds, they know that there is only man and woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like they know the answer.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't get it though. It's like there's this big push to just allow this to happen, and it's sad. It's sad.
I'm all for people being whoever they want to be, but I'm also not for like us propping up of like 0.1% of the population.
Yeah,
Giving
and
the
it's like,
reason that
it's like it's the same thing as like don't shove this in my face. You know what I mean? Like, okay, live your
we
life
don't
how
need
you
the campaign. We don't need the campaign on it.
know, and all need to sit down and be like, hey, this is not. They'll point to the one guy that like finishes third in an event. Like, see, he doesn't have a physical advantage. It's like, yeah, but look at all the other people that are like smoking. Like the guy that runs the 400. There was in Washington State. There's a guy that ran the 400 and beat the next gal by like 20 meters. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna sound stupid when I
She
say
was
this.
beating. She was beating. This happened in Washington State. She was beating all the other girls by a good distance. Like she should have had like she was the real state champion and had a epic performance but she gets it taken away from her because there was a male.
I don't know how I'm gonna try to say this without sounding stupid because this could be like saying I don't understand why an alcoholic is an alcoholic. But anyways, I don't get how they don't feel like they're taking something. Like, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying. Like I would not feel good being
That's what
like,
I'm
"Hey, I
saying.
got
It's got to be
beer."
like a mental thing because, like, we always talk about alcoholics, like, oh, just don't go buy a drink. Don't go to the liquor store and buy a beer. Like, it's that easy. But maybe it's not that easy, I guess. Like, it's a mental thing, mental
They like
illness.
the attention. They're being and it's not even the athletes. Like I'm not even criticizing the athletes. It's the people that are supporting this like at the state level. They
Like
clearly
that
don't have
boxer that was in the Olympics.
yeah.
How could they feel good about knowing, and now it comes out like that pretty much a full-fledged man.
Yeah. Well, then, and then you have. It's one thing to have all these people in the government level, like running things that are supporting this stuff and allowing it to happen. But then, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how people are so broken to where you have like celebrities and ex athletes that are all of a sudden supporting it. And now that Simone Biles is retired, now she's all for men and women's sports. You know what I mean? But back in 2017, when she was competing,
Let's start
she
with power slap. Men and women power slap. Let's just
God.
start there. Let's just start there. You don't get really beat up. It's just one hit. We'll start there with men and women intergender sports power slap.
Yeah. Dude, the comments, it's just so nice to see some pushback though.
Well, you just kind of, and
Like
this is coming from somebody. This
there's
is why
comments
people stop voting for Democrats because
what you
people
would
like her.
hope, because you would think after the the last presidential election they would have got the sign, and they have gotten the hint on some of these things, but not all the way. There's still some place like because I 99% of people agree men should not be competing against women.
No, this is like a topic where if you want to talk about like people having more things in common than not, and then finding things that you can come together with, like this should be the easiest one on the list.
But that's what makes me so mad and sad because I know 99% of Washingtonians don't agree with this stuff, if not higher percentage. Yet the Democrats keep getting into office.
And don't get it twisted. Like we're not sitting here saying that women don't belong in sports. It's just why can't women
competing against women? It's not fair.
Yeah, it's not. It just support both men's and women's sports. They don't have to play against each other. No. Save that for something like Jeopardy, something outside of anything that involves like a physical advantage.
Yeah. But the comments, some of the comments that Ryan was reading off yesterday was someone said, Simone, you should have sat this one out like you did the Olympics, and you should give up on this like you did your team and country. What else we got? Dude, this was interesting. I love looking at these random stats. You know me, I love the NFL. Last year, plays that gained 25 or more yards. Baltimore led the league with 58 of them.
That makes
Way
sense.
ahead of everyone else.
Well, you got Lamar who can, run around back there. You got Derrick
It's
Henry.
like look at the top teams. You would think, God, these teams are dominant. Baltimore, but then they come up short. San Francisco didn't even make the playoffs, and they were second with 52. And then Green Bay, you start getting Minnesota, Tampa, and all that, but it's kind of wild.
Where's Kansas City?
Oh, dude, they don't have big plays. They had 29 of them. They're at the bottom.
Miami, that's pretty surprising. Is that why? Because they didn't have a quarterback for a majority of the year.
Yeah, you would think Miami because they're pretty explosive, but I don't know. I do know is I'm betting, especially on Kalshi when the market gets more liquid. I think Kansas City is going to go under their win total. I'm going to even take an alternate under, and I think Kansas City is going to miss the playoffs. It's going to be my bold take.
I can see that. What was your bold take last year? Bills?
Yeah, I want to home. I want epic fail. Epic fail. What time are we at?
Patriot. Orange juice doesn't belong on meat.
Dude, did you see this?
Yeah.
Dude gets drilled after warm-ups. And he stayed in the game.
In the head. Marlins for you.
Yeah. AA Ron officially signs his contract.
I'm so over him. I'm over him. He's a nut, dude. He's not good anymore.
Yeah, he's good enough that someone wants him on their team.
I'm surprised. But Steelers are desperate. They have everything but a quarterback. So I don't feel like they got better. Oh my God. Patriots deleting my shit in the chat.
Why?
Because I said that citrus doesn't belong on meat, man. I'm not like I'll put like a lime on a taco or something, but I don't like marinating meat. And like I know some people do like a skirt steak and orange juice, and I mean you're a meat guy. Are you a big citrus marinated?
No, I usually only marinate. If I do marinate things, it's either a sauce or like beer to tenderize it.
I think Patriot's just trying to come out. It's Pride Month. He's trying to tell us he likes his meat gay.
He does.
He likes some gay meat, Patriot. Sorry.
Tell the people about the plays today. I'll be right back.
All right. How about whatever. I can't scroll, guys, so I can really only tell you about the 4 plays that are on the screen. But I can tell you guys about meat and orange juice. Patriot says, okay, stick to your canned pasta. Listen, I don't eat canned pasta. I have a can of pasta in my pantry at all times in case, but I can't tell you the last time I ate canned pasta. Do I eat it from time to time? Yeah, I do. It's called nostalgic. It's just things from childhood that you continue to eat later on in life because it reminds you of when you were younger. Every once in a while, maybe once a year, I'll eat a TV dinner. Kill me for that, Patriot. And I'll even put it in the microwave. I don't put it in the oven. Pizza rolls. I still eat pizza rolls. That's something from the childhood that, I'm a grown up now. I'm 41 years old. I still eat pizza rolls. You gonna hate me for eating pizza rolls? Orange chicken is great, says Mighty Megatron. I don't know. I'm just not big on the orange flavor, maybe. Listen, I grew up in the Midwest, and my mom didn't really feed us fruit. Shocker. If it was canned. It was like pears, applesauce, stuff like that. I've never in my life like peeled an orange and eaten it, or a banana or anything like that. Interesting fact. I'm stuck on stupid. Thanks, Patriot. See, Mighty Megatron still eats pizza rolls. Pizza rolls on Christmas Day, said Grass Guy. See? Now, are you guys a are you guys like, do you oven bake your pizza rolls or do you put them in the microwave? Because that's the next question. Because a lot of people will be like, man, if you put them in the microwave, that's nasty. They get all like soggy. And I don't know. When I was a kid, I just didn't put them in the oven. I just put them in the microwave. So still today, I prefer them in the microwave over the oven. So yeah, I know I missed out on fruit. All right, Mighty. Okay. Oh, Mighty Megatron likes his in the microwave. Grass Guy's more of an oven guy. I bet it's a lot easier now with toaster ovens since they don't have to preheat as quick. You can just throw the pizza rolls in the toaster oven. Patriot says pizza rolls with Patriot. You're in the minority here, dude. Okay, you like your citrus on your meat, and now you're gonna hate on pizza rolls. You're outnumbered. It's 3-on-1 here. Okay, don't hate on the pizza rolls. No pizza roll slander. Now, I will tell you guys this: when it comes to pizza rolls, I'm just a pepperoni guy. I like sausage on my pizza. I like different flavors on my pizza, but when it comes to pizza roll, just pepperoni guy. We didn't talk any sports.
I know. I heard you. I bet pizza rolls would be amazing in the air fryer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could use the air fryer makes that. Listen, air fryer is a great invention. Whoever invented that.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. You know, I'm a sucker for taquitos. Like whenever I go to the deli to grab something real quick, if there's taquitos, I get them.
I like the mini tacos. That's one of my guilty pleasures.
Yeah,
The miniature tacos.
those are good. Those are good. Let's pull up the action report today. See what's going on.
Grass, is your oven is like a convection oven or something? See, I should just have a food show.
Just have a food channel.
Yeah. Dude,
You
it's a
probably get a lot of
common thing.
views.
Everyone eats food. Like it, I mean, we all have to eat it. There's no getting away around it. So there's takes to be had.
Yeah, you probably get a lot of downvotes with your brisket take.
Oh well. Creating controversy is part of it.
You're learning. I like it. I like it. You like anything today off the top of your head? Have you looked at the slate?
Yeah. Like the Phillies. Joking. I took the Cubs.
Yeah, the sharp.
Reason why I took the Cubs today is because the Phillies, I think they just got swept. So I was just like, there's gotta like, I don't know. There's kind of teasing you there.
Well, yeah, and they have to. Were they home against Detroit? Right?
No, the Phillies were on the road against the Pirates. Got swept.
That's what it was. Okay.
But after being swept and then coming back against the Cubs here, who's on the mound today? Wheeler, with Wheeler on the mound.
That's not far travel either.
He's had a baby though. He's coming off of the 7-day leave of having a child or whatever.
That could either be that can go good or bad.
Don't think it's his first though.
Still, it doesn't matter.
But I took the Cubs in that matchup. I need to see who's pitching.
Well, let's run through this. We got Reds and Guardians. Guardians minus 155, Reds plus 135. Big money on the Reds, but 54% of the overall money is on the Guardians. I can never trust the Guardians. They always screw me.
It's Wade Miley. He's coming back from being injured. This is his first start, and he's like 41.
Pizza rolls and Hot Pockets are not food. I might agree with Patriot on that. I would not classify them as food. I don't know what, but not food.
Not a Hot Pocket guy.
Marlins, Pirates. Pirates minus 110. Marlins minus 105. Sharp money on the Marlins there. 64% of the money taking the Pirates. Bull move.
Yuri Perez coming back from Tommy John today for the Marlins. Young stud pitcher. Yep. Young, like, phenom arm here.
I didn't know this. They took the sleeve away from the Hot Pockets. That seems dumb.
Yeah, I'm not a Hot Pocket guy. I wouldn't know.
Grass Guy says he eats very healthy 98% of the time.
Yeah, he eats a salad 3 nights a week. Steak
Really?
salad, chicken salad, just switches up the meat.
I had a salad last night with tri-tip. I use this garlic parmesan coating.
You must get like really good deals on tri-tips because you have to go to a butcher shop around here to get a tri-tip.
Costco. You can go to Costco and get a good deal, but yeah, I do go to like a Chef's. It's called Chef's Market or like a World Market. It's basically like cash and carry, and I buy them in like the big. It's like anywhere from 16 to 20 pounds. So basically, it ends up being like 7, 8 of them in a pack.
And they make tri-tip makes the best tacos as far as meat goes.
Yes. Speaking of that, I made some pulled pork yesterday too, but that was cheating. I just kind of it was already made, and all I do was like boil it, and it's packaged to defrost it from Costco as well.
Don't tell Patriot that.
It's true. Well, I didn't do it. Phillies minus 130, Cubs plus 115, sharp money, big money. Action Network expert all lined up on the Cubbies. I might have to take a stab at the Cubs. I don't know.
Yeah, Boyd's on the mound. He's been Cubs probably best pitcher this year. Got Wheeler coming off of having a baby.
Grass guy says we'll find a local butcher. The meat's so much better. Yeah. There is one like literally like a right there. I can see their house that they have this like.
I don't trust the supermarkets, man. I've known people who have worked at different places that sell meat at and they might do this at butcher shops. So I don't know, but I know like Walmart, like some of the major chains, they will package meat a certain way regardless if it's certified or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I hardly ever get it from superstores other than Costco. But Costco's is delicious. No, I usually go to a butcher or whatever when I want to get like half a cow or something like that. But I usually just get tri-tips. So I go to the World Market, Chef Store,
food show.
Rays, Red Sox, somewhat of a system play Sunday night fader. Because the deal is if they have to travel after the game, even if they're traveling home. So.
You hear my dogs?
Mm-mm.
Dang, they're going crazy.
Really?
Must be like somebody walking by the door upstairs.
How's vacation go?
If this is what retirement's like, I'm going to be bored. I got to get some hobbies.
So you got any plans this week? You going to do anything fun?
No, I don't have anything planned. Well, I do. I have one thing planned this week, but it's nothing big. But yeah, I don't like up until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, it gets repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
I get why people watch certain, like they have routines. Like my mom's retired, she has a routine. Like she does stuff every day, just like she goes to the store every day.
It's just something to do. That's what I do on the weekends.
And it just gives her something to do every day. Like she has a routine.
What do we need? Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, she makes her rounds. She has a routine. She goes here, there, comes home, hangs out for a little bit, gets back out. You know what I'm saying? She tries to keep herself busy all day with little errands here and there.
I already reorganized my garage enough now. I can't imagine when I'm retired how many times.
There's like I had a whole mental list of things I wanted to do, but I was like, you know what? Last week was first week of vacation. So I had to treat it like a vacation. So now this week I'll start getting stuff done.
Pitch says buy a cow and have it butchered to order. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, it is. You save a lot of money doing it that way. You just have to have somewhere to store it.
Yeah, we used to do that. I live a little too far away now. It's not worth it. But I used to every year buy half a cow from my buddy, his sister. They raise them and they're all grass fed and whatnot. So
you could still do it.
Could. I'd have to find a new place around here to do it.
All right.
Surprisingly, my girls are the ones that love eating tri-tip and meat and stuff.
That's not gonna last.
No, but they love it now, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, my niece is big. They like eating chicken off the bone and everything.
Ooh.
But a lot of girls tend to get away from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why we have boneless wings.
Braves, Brewers, how are your Braves going to do? -1.7. Chris Sale must be on the bump, huh?
Yeah, they are. He is. I've given up on him, man. I'm done.
You think there's value then on the Brewers here?
Probably.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But the Braves have lost like 7 games straight. Like it's just whatever. Fuck the Braves.
Well, then they got to fly from San Francisco up to Milwaukee. It's not an easy trip.
Let's talk about something else.
Different time zone. Blue Jays Cardinals. I can't figure out either of these teams.
That sounds like such a boring game to watch.
I don't know. Grass guy buys bulk from butcher, his beef, chicken, ground sirloin, and a baby. It really is the way to go.
Yeah, you're gonna buy bulk, go to the butcher. Now it is more expensive if you go to the butcher and buy like a tomahawk steak or something like that. But
yeah,
I will say this.
so like, there's this really nice. I've been wanting to go into it, but like downtown here, there's this nice store. It's like custom meats, but it's like if you're buying specialized stuff, it's probably just the same as buying it from the store. You know, it's expensive, but if you buy in bulk, like a half a cow or a cow or whatever, that's where you make it. Especially if they include the wrapping. The place I used to get it butchered at back home, they would include the wrapping and everything. It ended up being like less than $4 a pound for everything, including the nice wrapping, the wrapping of the anti-freezer burn shit. Are you frozen or is it me? I think you're frozen. Chat, who is it? Is it me or him? Testing. Mic check 1 2 1 2. And it was him. Angels, A's, the series everyone's been waiting for. Angels minus 160, A's plus 135. Big money on the A's. 56% of the overall money's on the Angels. It's Steps. Yep, it's Steps. He's gone. He froze up. I bet his knees or something hit the switch. Mariners, Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks minus 165. Mariners plus 140. Might be good value on the old Mariners there. And then the night game tonight, Dodgers, Padres. This should be a good one. Dodgers minus 115. Padres even money. Dodgers have been going through a brutal stretch here. It's like the series that you think that they would dominate, they haven't been dominating. But then the series that like this one that should be a good one, they'll dominate it. You know, like they'll probably sweep the Padres here. It's wild. It is wild. Well, anyways, beef tallow is another benefit of a butcher. This is true. Oh man, well look at the time. Steps got out, I guess, right at the right time because we do need to wrap things up. Apologies for being late. I did set my alarm right now. I'm doing it live with you guys. I want to make sure it's set right there. 3:50. I'm getting up at 3:50 in the morning tomorrow. It's set. The thing's green. It should go off tomorrow. Let's hope. Let's hope we're on time tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the hockey game tonight. That's the only thing I'm on currently, plus the World Series stuff, but we got to wait for that to kind of play itself out. Y'all have a good Monday. Go own it today. Go kick some. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back.
What happened?
What happened?
I don't know. Just internet went down there for a second.
Well, give your play of the day as we wrap things up here.
I'm gonna go with. Let's just go Cubs. Why not?
Cubbies. There it is. Cubs. How about that?
Wheeler coming off baby watch. Baby born.
Okay. It doesn't feel like the Dodgers, when you expect them to dominate, they don't. Like when they should win a series easy, but then like when they got a good series like this against the Padres, they'll probably sweep them.
They lost another pitcher over the weekend. The Dodgers did.
I feel so sorry for them, you know? Poor Dodgers. They spent all that money and they can't pull away, you know? Okay, I feel you're not frozen this time.
Yeah, something's weird right now.
Anyways, you guys have a good rest of your Monday. We'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But until then,
good luck, good gambling,
and game on.